Ah, great. I've caught you right at the beginning of the year. Happy New Year, my friends. I hope that one of the resolutions that you've made this year that you're going to keep for 2024 is about getting serious about your self publishing book efforts. Now, for many of you, there's a good chance you haven't put a book out yet, but you've probably been dreaming about it for years. So I'm here to try and give you a bit of a hand to encourage you to be serious about your self publishing book efforts in 2024. For those of you who don't know me, my name's Lisa Oliver. I have been self publishing for 10 years. It'll be 10 years in February. And I currently have over 100 titles on Amazon. See my name down there, Lisa Oliver Author. Type that into Amazon or to Google, and you'll be able to see what it is I do. What you see around you is the comfortable lifestyle that I've built from being a self published author. I have no other form of income. So, if you want the similar sort of life where you can get up when you want, work when you want, and have full control over your life, then keep listening, my friends, because I'll give you a few tips on how to take yourself seriously in 2024 as an author. Tip number one, obviously, you have to write your book. Now, you may be partway through a book, partway through a dozen books. Maybe you've started 100 books and never actually finished any of them. One of the keys to writing a book is you have to be passionate about it. If you're not passionate about your characters, then nobody else will be either. So pick one of those drafts, or if you haven't started one yet, then take the most amazing, wonderful idea you can think of and start writing today. Okay, great way to start the year by starting your book. Now, the thing is you do need to realize that for every single author in existence, writing has a pattern to it. When we start our books, we're really excited. And then we get to this bit in the middle and we think, oh God, how are we going to get our characters from here to the wonderful climatic scene that you've got already organized? Yeah, that's the soggy middle. Everybody feels it. Just keep plodding on one step at a time. And if you get really weighed down, pull out a gun and shoot somebody. Preferably don't kill off your main character in the middle of the book, but depending on the genre, that might be what you want to do. But if in doubt, brazen it out. Just turn around and do a twist in your plot and keep writing. Okay. Other authors do. See, I'm a pantser, so I just keep writing and writing and writing and writing. And then I realize, the story's finished. Great. The end. However, a lot of authors do benefit from planning your story, and that can be as anything as intense as, meticulous chapter outlines to just a brief. They're going to do this, they're going to do that, they're going to do this. Whatever it is that works for you, get it started, because you're not going to get anything done in creating a life for yourself as a self-published author unless you've got your book finished. Tip number 2, in the meantime, you are carving out time for yourself to write. You need to make that regular. It doesn't have to be every day, but you have to be consistent. Otherwise, that book's never going to get finished. So anyway, you've done that, but you've also now need to take probably a couple of hours a week at least, but you want to start thinking about your marketing efforts. And before you click off, whoa, 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 listen. When your book is published, you are going to be spending 50% of your time writing and 50% of your time marketing. You are writing your next book. Please don't think you're a one and done. That doesn't happen. But you are writing your next book. But in the meantime, you are marketing the book you have. And one of the most effective ways that will help sell your book when it's ready is the marketing efforts you put in before you've typed the end on your manuscript. You obviously have a niche, you obviously have a genre. Join groups in that genre on Facebook. Follow authors on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, wherever. It doesn't matter where. But what you want to do is you want to be spending at least a couple of hours a week building up a brand name for yourself. So that means you want to set yourself up an author blog, and you want to set yourself up author profiles on your social media. Now, you can do this because you can put any name you like in a profile. And this will keep, one, it will keep it separate from all the family stuff that you have going on your other profiles. But two, it's also a way of you showing that you take yourself seriously as an author. So come up with your avatar, come up with your cover, banner thingy on your profiles, come up with your name, and don't go doing anything fancy. Honestly, I'm known as Lisa Oliver Author. Lisa Oliver Author, wherever you go, Lisa Oliver Author. It all ties in on Patreon, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Lisa Oliver Author. So whatever you're doing, use your name. Don't be funny. Use your pen name that you're going to publish your books under. Set up your profiles on your social medias, and this is where you're going to start interacting, following authors that you enjoy reading, joining reader groups and everything else. So you start to make friends with these readers. These are the people that are going to help you when your book is finished. So do this now. Vitally important for your success. Do not spend all your time writing and then think, ta-da, I'm here, I'm ready, I have my book, now what do I do? No. Lay the groundwork in advance. Okay? Write your book. Set yourself up as an author. Write your book. Set yourself up as an author. Do this together. It's a great habit for going forward. Look for an estimate of roughly 50-50. 50% of your time is going to be spent in marketing, and 50% of your time is going to be spent in writing. That's just the way it is for any author in 2024. If you don't market, then nobody knows where your book is when you're ready to sell. If you don't write, you don't have a product to sell. So work on that for now. Another thing that is a really handy thing to do, and this is my third tip here, is to plan your release schedule. Sounds a little bit posh and pompous, doesn't it? Plan your release schedule. However, if you do this yourself, let's say, let me see. If you haven't started a book yet, you're going to start that today. 1st of January, you write on average, let's see, if you've got a full-time job or whatever else, roughly 5,000 words a week, so that's 20,000 words. You want a book with a minimum of 50 to 60,000, so say 3 months. Then add in what I call life happens. So you'd be wanting to think about publishing your book about May. Okay. Now, obviously, if you've already got experience in writing or you're not starting your book today, then, maybe March is a better aspect for you. However, setting that date, my dates for me are the 6th or the 20th of the month. I don't know why. Don't ask me. There's no numerological significance. There's no astrological significance. I like the dates, the 6th and the 20th. And this month, in January, I have actually got 2 new releases, one on the 6th and one on the 20th, purely and simply because last year I wrote 2 short stories for 2 different events. and one was in an anthology and one was in a freebie event, which is, all the sorts of things we'll get into on another day. But I was doing that. And so I have these 2 stories that haven't yet gone up on Amazon. So I'm going to put them in for January. In theory, it was to give me a bit of a rest, but I'm actually already writing 2 other books anyway. So so I've got my February release taken care of, my March release is taken care of, and by probably within another week, I will have started to write my April release. Now, before you start to think, oh my God, what's she doing? Is she a machine? No. However, I do this full time. I don't do anything else. Hear this? Can you hear anything? Nothing. My kids have grown. They live down the road. I'm no longer married. Everything's fine. I just live by myself. I don't have another job. I don't have to worry about raising children. I don't have to do any of those things. And I rely entirely on my book income to support my lifestyle. So for me, I write all the time, 7 days a week. It's like it's New Year. I'm writing. You don't see me out there boozing. I'm writing. But that is because of a whole stack of choices that I made. And I don't expect anybody to do what I do. I have a lot of friends online, but I tend to stay home most of my time. You have probably got things you like to do. You probably like to go out sometimes. And I'm not saying you can't. I'm saying set yourself a realistic release date schedule. It does 2 things. One, it shows anybody who asks that you are taking this seriously. And 2, on those days when you're thinking, I don't know if I can be bothered today, you have a look at the calendar and you think, actually, maybe I'll just write another 100 words or whatever. What it is you don't want your release date to be set in stone. Like, don't go putting something up for pre-order on Amazon if your book's not finished. But you do want to be thinking about roughly, because if you could put a book out in April, for example, May, June, July, August, you could put another one out in August and another one in December. Technically, you could get 3 books out this year. How does that sound? And you are writing in a series, aren't you? Please tell me you are writing in a series, because then that way, each book helps sell the other. Another little tip there. But anyway, set yourself a release date for at least a book, all right? As I say, you're not going to beat yourself up about it if something happens and you don't get it finished, but it does show to anybody that's listening or anybody you have to justify your time to that you are taking this seriously. That is possibly my biggest message for this wee video. I'm not going to, I could talk for another hour about what it is that you should be doing or you can be doing and different tips and things like that. And I am going to try and help you along the way. I already have a whole stack of titles in YouTube here on different aspects about writing, what to do if you haven't got any ideas, what to do if you've got too many ideas. I've got articles, I've got videos on pantsing, on plotting, on publishing, on editing, on cover design, all of these things. There are already videos on this channel that will help do those things, help you with advice on those things when you're ready. But the crux of this, for you to be a successful author in 2024, is that you need to take yourself seriously. When you start proclaiming to those who ask that, yes, you are an author, which you can do as soon as you start writing your book, then you are like proclaiming to the universe that this is the path you want your life to take. It might sound a little bit weird initially. That's okay. It's like, who the heck's texting me this time of night? Sorry. Back to being serious. You need to take yourself seriously. Okay, but if you want to practice, have you got a best friend? Some people might think partner. They're not necessarily supportive. I was married when I started writing. Yeah, that only lasted a year after I sold my first book. But anyway, that's irrelevant. Don't think like that. But he wasn't supportive. Okay, but if you must have a best friend or find an online friend or somebody and practice saying those words. Oh, yes, I'm an author. And they'll say, oh, what do you write? Well, currently, I'm writing such and such. And you don't give too much away. You do not want to be one of those people that say, oh, talk about the things that you want to do. That doesn't make you an author. But explaining that you can't go and, I don't know, see a sweater sale at the local mall because you've got an hour and it's free and you want to write because you're an author. If you start taking yourself seriously now, then your friends, your family, and the people around you will too. Because that's what you want to do for 2024, isn't it? Because that's why you clicked onto this video. So I'm going to help you. If you have any questions at all, there is no such thing as a silly question. If you have any questions at all, put them in the comments below. If you want to see more tips on how to write, how to get your ideas, how to plan, how to plot, how to do all the things associated with self-publishing your book this year, then make sure you hit subscribe. If I've made you smile, because I'm not exactly the most photogenic of person, but you'll find me one of the most friendliest people on YouTube, please click the like button because you'll be doing me a favor. And in the meantime, my dears, this is the resolution you're going to keep. So pull out your pad, bring up your Word document, however it is you write your books. Me personally, I use one of these. It's awesome. I've only been using them the last 3 months, but my word count has exploded. Anyway, my dears, I will catch you in the next video. Please drop your comments below and enjoy your Happy New Year. We'll catch you in the next video. Bye.